Anybody who's been in Terre Haute, I've been here almost all my life. I think I came here when I was 3 or 4.
In the heart of Terre Haute, Indiana, Richard Goodall's journey from humble janitor to viral sensation and America's Got Talent finalist is nothing short of inspiring. His story is one of perseverance, resilience, and the unbreakable belief that it's never too late to chase your dreams. But behind his powerful voice lies a deeper tale, a story of love, heartbreaking loss, and a relentless drive to keep moving forward. In this video, we dive into Richard's extraordinary life, exploring how he overcame rejection, battled grief, and ultimately found the courage to share his incredible talent with the world. Early years. A quiet dreamer. Richard's early years in Terre Haute were far from glamorous. Born to a modest family in a small town, Richard's childhood was spent in a home that, though full of love, offered little in terms of material wealth. Despite these financial limitations, Richard found his greatest joy in music, a gift he had received from an early age. Music was his solace, his escape from the pressures and realities of life. His closest companion was a Radio Shack stereo that he would play every day, its tunes filling his small room as he sang along to the songs of his favourite artists. Richard often imagined himself on bigger stages, envisioning what it would be like to sing before large, adoring crowds. These daydreams, however, were never meant to be more than fleeting thoughts. In a small town where the chances of making it big in music seemed slim, Richard's dreams of stardom were just that, dreams. As Richard grew older, reality began to set in. The responsibilities of adulthood started to weigh on him, and the path to music seemed further and further away. At the age of 18, after graduating from high school, Richard realised that college was simply not an option for him. His family couldn't afford tuition, and he didn't have the financial means to go to school and pursue music. Instead, he had to find a job that would provide stability and allow him to support himself. Richard's search for employment led him to a job at Chauncey Rose Middle School, just a few blocks away from his childhood home. The work was humble but steady. He became a janitor at the school, cleaning classrooms and hallways to ensure the building was safe and presentable for the students and faculty. The job was far from glamorous, but it provided the stability he needed. For 23 years, Richard worked tirelessly, maintaining the cleanliness of the school and earning a living that barely covered the necessities. Despite the repetitive nature of his job, Richard's love for music never waned. In his free time, while cleaning the empty classrooms and hallways of Chauncey Rose, he would sing. His powerful voice filled the silent spaces of the school, echoing through the corridors like an untapped reservoir of raw talent. Little did he know that his impromptu performances would not go unnoticed. The singing janitor. A local legend. Richard's singing did not go unnoticed by those who spent time in the school. His voice was so captivating that it often stopped people in their tracks. Students and teachers alike were struck by the power and beauty of his voice. Richard's reputation quickly spread throughout the school as the singing janitor. What began as a simple act of singing to pass the time became an endearing and admired aspect of Richard's identity. His performances were often featured at school events, particularly during special holidays or patriotic observances like Veterans Day. On these occasions, Richard would belt out powerful renditions of songs like God Bless the USA by Lee Greenwood, filling the room with emotion and patriotism. His voice became a symbol of community spirit, bringing students and teachers together in a way that only music could. One of the most memorable performances came during a Veterans Day event, where Richard's rendition of God Bless the USA moved everyone in attendance to tears. The students, faculty, and guests were all in awe of the singing janitor. It wasn't just his voice that touched people, it was the humility, warmth, and sincerity with which he performed. But Richard's musical talents were not limited to just school events. He had a particular fondness for classic rock music, and over the years, he developed a deep connection with iconic songs from bands like Journey. He would often practice these songs in his spare time, singing with all the passion he could muster, even though he had no formal training. His performances were raw, filled with the emotion of a man who had longed for a chance to express his love for music, yet never thought the opportunity would come. In 2022, Richard's musical world would change forever. During a school event, teachers encouraged him to choose a song that truly showcased his vocal ability. Richard selected Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'," a song that held personal significance for him. The teachers, understanding Richard's raw talent, recorded his performance and posted it on TikTok. The video quickly went viral. The viral breakthrough from small town to global sensation. The video, capturing Richard's heartfelt rendition of "Don't Stop Believin'," was a game changer. The next morning, it had already amassed over 100,000 views. By the end of the weekend, it had gone viral, racking up millions of views and comments from fans across the globe. People were blown away by Richard's voice, and the comments flooded in from both fans and celebrities alike. Among those who noticed his performance was none other than Steve Perry, the lead singer of Journey, who praised Richard's emotional interpretation of the song. The viral success of the video opened doors for Richard in ways he could have never imagined. His newfound fame caught the attention of producers from America's Got Talent, AGT, who reached out to him with an invitation to audition for the show. For Richard, the prospect of performing on one of the biggest stages in the world was both exciting and surreal. The small-town janitor who had spent years singing in school hallways was now being given the opportunity to showcase his voice in front of millions of people. America's Got Talent, The Big Break, on May 27, 2022, Richard found himself standing in front of the star-studded AGT judges, Simon Cowell, Heidi Klum, Howie Mandel, and Sofia Vergara. Nervous but determined, Richard knew that this moment was a culmination of years of dreaming, hard work, and waiting. He took a deep breath and began to sing "Don't Stop Believin'." The performance was nothing short of spectacular. Richard's voice soared through the auditorium, filling every corner of the room with its raw power and emotion. The judges were immediately captivated. When Richard finished, they gave him a standing ovation, a testament to the immense talent he had displayed. But the biggest moment of his audition came when Heidi Klum, visibly moved by Richard's performance and story, hit the golden buzzer. Golden confetti rained down on Richard, sending him straight to the live shows. The crowd erupted into applause as Richard stood there, overwhelmed with emotion, realizing that his life was about to change forever. The journey ahead. A star on the rise. Richard's journey to the live shows marked a pivotal point in his life. He was no longer just the singing janitor from Terre Haute. He was now a national sensation. As he continued in the competition, Richard's performances grew even more powerful, each one showcasing his vocal range and emotional depth. His humble demeanour and heartfelt journey resonated with millions of people across the country. Throughout his time on AGT, Richard remained grounded, never forgetting where he came from. His community in Terre Haute rallied behind him, organising watch parties and voting drives to support their local hero. As Richard's fame grew, so did the opportunities that came his way. Offers to record albums, perform at prestigious venues, and collaborate with renowned artists poured in. Yet, despite all the newfound attention, Richard stayed true to his roots. He continued to work at Chauncey Rose Middle School, now as a living testament to the power of dreams and the importance of never giving up. Personal struggles, love and loss. While Richard's professional life flourished, there was also a deeply personal aspect to his story that he hadn't shared with the world. Before meeting his fiancée Angie, Richard had been married to a woman he deeply loved. Tragically, this part of Richard's life was marked by immense sorrow and loss as his wife passed away unexpectedly. This heartbreak had a profound impact on Richard, but he carried the memories of their time together with him, fueling his passion for life and his music. Angie, his current fiancée, became an important part of Richard's journey. She was his rock, supporting him through his emotional highs and lows, and standing by him as he faced both personal and professional challenges. Together, they built a life filled with love, shared dreams, and a deep commitment to each other. Richard's story of resilience is not just about his professional triumphs, but also about his ability to overcome personal hardships and find love again. Legacy of hope and inspiration. Richard Goodall's journey from a small-town janitor to a national sensation is a powerful reminder that dreams can come true, even when the odds seem insurmountable. His story is one of resilience, community, and the transformative power of music. Through his unwavering determination, Richard has shown that no matter where you come from or how old you are, it's never too late to chase your dreams. As he continues to inspire others through his music, Richard remains a beacon of hope for anyone who has faced rejection or adversity. His message is clear: keep believing in yourself, keep pushing forward, and never give up on the things that truly matter. For Richard, the best is yet to come, and his journey is far from over. A love that lasted 30 years. For 3 decades, Richard Goodall shared a life of love and companionship with his first wife. They were partners in every sense of the word, building a world together that was filled with cherished memories, laughter, and devotion. Their love was the kind of love that many people only dream of, a connection so deep that it transcended the simple moments of everyday life. From holiday celebrations to quiet, intimate moments, Richard and his wife were inseparable. Every Christmas and Valentine's Day, they would celebrate together with the kind of joy that can only come from 2 people who truly understand and support each other. Photographs of these occasions, snapshots of their love, tell the story of a bond that could not have been stronger. Their smiles, the way they looked at each other, the shared warmth between them. Everything about these moments spoke volumes about the depth of their connection. These images painted a portrait of a love that had withstood the tests of time, a love that had blossomed over 3 decades, each year growing stronger and richer than the last. For Richard, these memories were his safe harbour, a refuge of happiness that he could turn to in times of hardship. The battle with cancer. A life changed forever. However, as is often the case, life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect them. In 2021, Richard's world was rocked by the devastating news that his wife had been diagnosed with cancer. The diagnosis was a cruel and unexpected blow to a man who had spent his life nurturing a relationship full of love and joy. The news of her illness was a stark reminder of life's fragility, and it was as though the foundation of everything he had known began to tremble beneath him. Richard, ever the devoted husband, stood by her side throughout her battle with the disease. He was her unwavering support, doing everything within his power to ease her suffering and provide comfort. For months, Richard poured every ounce of love, energy, and strength into being there for her, helping her navigate the overwhelming challenges that came with her diagnosis. But cancer is a formidable opponent, one that no amount of love or hope could conquer. Despite Richard's tireless efforts and his deep desire to protect his wife from pain, the disease took its toll. On June 19, 2021, Richard faced the unimaginable, the loss of his beloved wife. The pain of losing her was not just the loss of a partner, it was the loss of a piece of himself. They had shared everything, 30 years of shared dreams, experiences, and memories. The grief that followed was overwhelming, and Richard found himself grappling with a heartache that he couldn't escape. On Instagram, he posted a message that conveyed the raw pain he was feeling. "I'm so sorry I did my best, but my best wasn't good enough. Cancer is like getting punched in the gut, falling to the ground, then told to get back up and start all over. These words resonated deeply with anyone who has experienced loss. They painted a vivid picture of the helplessness that cancer often brings, the sense of being utterly powerless in the face of such an insidious enemy. Richard's message, raw and unfiltered, revealed just how much he had loved his wife and how much her absence left an irreplaceable void in his life. The man who had spent years nurturing a beautiful love now found himself struggling to find meaning in a world without her. Their photographs, images of happier times, now became bittersweet reminders of what had been lost. Healing through love. Finding a new beginning. In the months following his wife's passing, Richard faced an uphill battle with grief. Losing someone you love is a journey that can feel like an endless road with no clear destination. But in the midst of this pain, life has a way of surprising you with new beginnings. In August 2021, just a few short months after losing his wife, Richard found love again. His new partner, Angie, brought a light back into his life that had been dimmed by sorrow. On August 25th, 2021, Richard shared a photo of himself with Angie on Instagram, a snapshot of their fun night out at Taco Tequila's, a local restaurant. The caption read, "Fun night with my Lane at Taco Tequila's." In those simple words, Richard acknowledged the joy that Angie had brought back into his life. It was clear that while his grief was far from over, he had found someone who could help him heal, someone who understood that the scars of the past would never fully fade, but who could offer him a new reason to smile. Angie became an essential part of Richard's journey forward. With her by his side, Richard began to rediscover joy, not in forgetting the past, but in embracing the present and the possibilities of the future. Their relationship, though born in the shadow of loss, was filled with a deep and profound connection. For Richard, finding Angie was not about replacing the love he had lost, but rather about allowing a new chapter to unfold, one in which love and healing could coexist. The hidden truth. A man of many talents. While Richard's personal life was filled with both heartache and new beginnings, there was also a side to him that the public was not fully aware of. A side that added an extra layer to his incredible journey. Richard had long been known as the singing janitor, a title that captured the imagination of many, but there was more to his musical story than most knew. Many people were surprised when Richard's viral moment on TikTok led to him receiving the golden buzzer on America's Got Talent. However, what many did not realise was that Richard was not singing alone in his room all these years, as he often implied. In fact, Richard was a member of a local band in Terre Haute, Indiana, called Menopause. The band had been performing together for years, and while they had not achieved widespread fame, they were well known in their local community. Richard had been a part of the band for some time, and his singing with Menopause was a pivotal part of his musical life. The band's recognition began to shift when Richard's viral TikTok performance of Don't Stop Believin' captured the attention of America's Got Talent producers. As his solo fame grew, the band received an influx of performance requests. Soon, Menopause found themselves booked for local gigs every weekend in July 2022. Richard expressed his gratitude on social media, thanking his bandmates and manager for their hard work in securing the performances. It was clear that the attention Richard was receiving from AGT was not only a personal victory, but a collective achievement for the band. The local community's support for Richard and his band was overwhelming. A community that lifted Richard up. Despite his newfound fame, Richard's life was still marked by financial struggles. As a janitor, he didn't have the means to afford the expenses of travelling to California for the AGT competition. But once again, his community rallied behind him. Chris Burton, a fellow resident of Terre Haute, launched a GoFundMe campaign to help Richard cover the costs associated with his journey to America's Got Talent. The campaign was a massive success, raising $15,000 to support Richard's expenses, including plane tickets, accommodations, and other related costs. The generosity of Richard's friends, family, and supporters allowed him to focus on his performance without the burden of financial worry. This outpouring of love and support was a testament to the impact Richard had made on the people around him. The community had witnessed his transformation from a humble janitor with a dream to a viral sensation. They understood that Richard's success was not just his own, it was a collective achievement for everyone who had believed in him from the start. The dream becomes reality, Richard's AGT performance. Richard's appearance on America's Got Talent was a life-changing moment. He performed alongside Rudy Cardonas, a former American Idol contestant, in an unforgettable rendition of Don't Stop Believin'. The performance was electric, and it felt as though Richard had been performing on big stages his entire life. His voice blended perfectly with Rudy's, creating a moment of magic that left the audience and judges in awe. Rudy introduced Richard to the crowd with great enthusiasm, telling them, "I recently learned that there has been a TikTok phenomenon. Maybe you and half the country have seen it, but there is a singing janitor from right here in Terre Haute. And let me tell you, when I saw the video, I was like, there is no way that this is real, but let me tell you right now, it is real, and he's here tonight." Richard's performance was a testament to his incredible talent and the culmination of years of dreaming and hard work. As he stood on stage, the realization of his journey hit him. From singing alone in his room to standing on stage with one of his idols, Richard Goodall had truly lived the American dream, a new beginning. Richard's legacy of hope. Richard's story is not just one of personal triumph, but of community, love, loss, and the unshakable belief that anything is possible if you keep dreaming. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always the potential for a new beginning. Richard Goodall's journey is one that will inspire generations to come. His ability to transform grief into hope, to turn pain into passion, is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As he continues his musical journey, Richard's legacy will undoubtedly remain a beacon of light for anyone who dares to believe in their own dreams.